All right, everyone, welcome to another episode of 4GQTV. And today on the show, we have some excellent co-hosts and panelists. And I'll go in order of the square boxes that you see in front of you. Infinite, below me. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, how we doing tonight? Nothing much. Here we are, 6:30. Let's go.
I see you got an arcade. You're rocking the Penn State hat. I like that.
Got,
Okay,
got my break it bro dress shirt on.
nice.
24 GQ TV mug.
Oh yeah, now
I'm
you see.
swagging out today, buddy. I'm swagging out today. Play a little bit of
That,
skee ball when we're done. We'll get it.
yeah, that's how you do it, man. That is how you do it. And then we have the one, the
Oh, dear
only
God.
Pineapple Paul.
What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Another fun and exciting week in the world of gaming. All I've been playing is Diablo 4 or Diablo 3, not Diablo 4, Diablo 3. So, there you go. Yep. So, what do we got to talk about tonight, Carlo?
Well, first, I'll just get into it. The picture on the screen is Xbox with a TV, right? I mean, so that should hint at something that we're going to talk. By the way, this is a new format I'm trying out. It may work, may not work. I don't know. Jay might say it's not good. I trust Jay, so whatever Jay says, I'll go with. But Xbox, man, Xbox believes its TV app with Samsung and future partnership will be crucial in making streaming video games via the cloud mainstream pastime. Speaking to GameIndustry.biz at Gamescom in Cologne, Xbox principal product manager Harrison Hoffman said that while bringing the platform holder's library to mobile devices as part of the appeal of cloud gaming, playing on a television is still key. Now, I gotta say, I think that's a good idea of where Xbox headed. Right, I think that Xbox is headed in the direction where wherever you can access a screen is kind of like where they want you to be able to play your games. And I think that's
Yeah.
an important step, right? It's like Netflix ever. Before I insert my opinion into this, I want to go down to Penn State, break a bread with Dread, Infinite down there. What do you think about this? Like, you go to work, right? Sometimes you take a relax, a break, play video games if you could.
I have on Saturdays and Sundays when the guys are working overtime, bringing the screen in, bring the retro pie in, and take turns snugging out a screen or two. Why not, right? Uh, the one thing I like about this is we a year or two ago were discussing this as a possibility, but we all thought, hey, it's going to be with like a little Roku stick or a little box that you're going to be plugging it in because the hardware needed to run those cloud applications were going to be required. But look here, we got a little TV that could do it instead. It's funny how simple and easy that is. You don't even have to buy an extra stick. Then we discussed like people were talking buy a stick and a controller, market at $60 or $65.
Yeah.
All those rumors that were around at the time. Don't even need
Yep.
that, do you? You don't even need that. You just need a Bluetooth controller. It doesn't even have to be an
No.
Xbox controller.
The cool thing is they could still do that though, because the right now they built into the TV thing. It's limited to what 2 or 3 brands, and they're only on
Yes,
newer TVs. So for now, they could still do the stick thing at some point.
unless their agreement with Samsung states otherwise. And maybe
Right.
that's why they haven't done it yet.
Yep.
We don't know what kind of exclusivity deals they're talking in the background. I mean, we more longer and longer we've been sit and talk, and we see more and more come to light for exclusivity deals for like PlayStation for not to go in another streaming service or not be available for another. When we see it, we just never really realized it was there. It's just coming out being more and more fold now. I mean, everybody's
Yep.
more well aware of it. So it's just another situation.
Yep.
So, like Infinite said, now, Paul,
My my only concern, it's a good thing. My only concern is just like we found out already, if for any reason your internet's down, they're not going to have any access to any games or anything like that. So my only concern would hopefully they would put some at some point they might put some small storage so you could store a couple of things locally and still do something. So my
Yeah.
only concern would hopefully they would put some because we know what happens every
Yeah,
time
then
the
it wouldn't be
system goes
cloud gaming
down.
then, right?
Yeah, well, we
Yeah,
know
but I
what
think you
happens
need
every
that.
time the system.
Obviously, they're not going to be able to play much offline because the cloud, the servers in the cloud are what are powering the game. The TV's not really powering the
Yeah,
game. So even
that's
if you
the
had local
only
storage, you
thing
wouldn't have it.
that's the only
Yeah, it'd
going to
be
be the
sitting
only
Candy
downside
Crush, and they're
is
gonna
if
have
you
that on their
lose every
phone.
if you don't have access to the cloud for whatever reason or the Xbox service goes down, then yeah. But
And you got to think
that
about this too. It's not always just geared towards America. These are towards other
no,
countries,
yeah,
Brazil, Peru, even their third world countries. I mean, we got
oh
Korea.
yeah,
They all have 5G networks and have 5G networks. Their entire
yep,
country is covered in it. They don't have any loss of, even in the middle of the jungle, they all have service.
yep,
So you got to remember, this is geared towards people who can't pay for that $500, but have a cell phone that they can tether to their TV
oh
and be
yeah.
good to go, right?
Yep, and that's what I'm always reminding people of too. Xbox is more than North America, a lot more. So a lot of their decisions are based on how it's going to affect the other markets.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
like you stated earlier, it's a shame that it's just the newer models because
yep,
all I have in my house are Samsungs. Is my favorite brand for television, but
right,
yeah, that whole cloud gaming idea of it being available on TV might not necessarily work economically in a third world country, but it would work
yeah,
better in a place like Korea where their space is limited anyways, or Japan where they have
right,
great internet service everywhere and it's always available,
yep.
but they don't have to worry about the space being lost or that extra
Oh,
paraphernalia
and I could
or
see,
peripheral.
yep, and I could see over the next couple of years, just like we didn't used to have apps on our TVs, and all of a sudden Netflix is available on all the
Mhm.
TVs. All the TVs are smart TVs. In fact, you'd be hard pressed to not find a smart TV nowadays. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I gotta agree. My opinion on this is that I think it's really great that Xbox wants to expand the brand onto as many screens as possible. I think that really is where the future of gaming is headed. Now, there's two sides to this coin, right? There's people that are against this kind of stuff because it forces a more digital aspect of the world, and then there's people that are all for this because it makes things more accessible. Now, either way, it's going to lean one way or the other, and there's no way you can stop technology once it's on a roll, like electric
right.
cars and Teslas, and it is what it is. So if we keep going into a digital future, it's eventually going to happen where we're no longer, I'm not saying next generation or the generation
Hey,
after, but
yeah.
there's going to be a
I
point
know I
where,
know where you were going with that because I know what you were going to say about the no more consoles thing that's starting to come up
well,
again, and it's like stop it,
Well,
stop it.
we're gonna get to a point where we might no longer need hardware, and
Right.
the point is that bad or is that good? In all reality, that saves people $600 on hardware to play on a screen that you could access anywhere in the cloud, in some sense, right? So, also people that love playing on PC, you won't need to go out and buy the most expensive graphic card, $4,000 when they're hard to get as well. So you could stream on GeForce or whatever service you use at the time, and I think there's benefits to it. There's a cost save scenario, um, and in the immediate short term, it saves more than it would cost. What's up, Scorpion? Welcome to the chat. Um, yeah. So, what do you guys think about that? Right? Like, do you guys think that the savings is worth it, or are you gonna feel like we're being cheated out of hardware eventually?
You wanna go first,
Personally,
Paul? Go ahead.
yeah, personally, I think there will always be a need for some hardware because, like I said, if the systems go down and you have no local storage and no local ability, then nobody can game. I don't think that's ever going to be acceptable to the mass market. It's you know, there's always going to have to be some way to use the systems in some fashion, even if it's a little limited. Because we're already running into that. Can you imagine, if the internet goes, something happens in a city, like a hurricane comes through, and so you don't have access to anything for like sometimes weeks on end, because I've been through that with the hurricanes. It would suck. I mean, there's got to be, and if you're saying everything's going to be where you don't need hardware, then what happens when part of the system goes down? There's got to have some kind of redundancy. or else you're going to have a lot of ticked off customers, you know. So, but that may come with with better technology as well. Those abilities and those changes. So,
Yeah, I mean that's true.
I guess the question is, by the time that happens,
right.
will that be an issue anymore?
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
the whole
look
thing.
at Tesla with, not Tesla, but Elon Musk with their internet service. That it's going to be anywhere, everywhere. What's the chances of that bad boy going down? When it does go down, it's going down. There's no doubt about it. But what's the chance of it? You're going to be losing service. You're just going to hit another satellite, right? Maybe have disrupted service or slower service, but still going to be there.
Well, first they got to get it working right, and that's been part of
true
the issue.
Well, they are using it, and they are, and it is working. But yeah,
Yep.
No doubt about it. I think anything digital wise, by the time that you cannot use that digital service or you don't have that digital media anymore, are you really still going to be listening to it, watching it? Probably not. Think about it. I have 100, 200, I don't know, so many VHS tapes from Disney in my movie cabinet back there. And I'll tell you what, because I thought they were all going to be freaking worth something. But I don't have a VHS tape or VHS player to put them on anymore. What is that going to help me to watch those movies if I ain't got a fucking VHS player? Now, tell me, when's the last time you see one available at the store? Let alone one on sale on Craigslist, Marketplace, Facebook, you name it. Tell me where you're going to find one for sale. Because I haven't seen one for sale in a while. And I just Googled one not too long ago.
Yep.
So, I mean, digital is, everybody says I want my physical. That's great. I have hundreds of 360 games still left over. I am down to my last 360 unit. I'm going to spend $300-$400 on another one because that's the only way you can find them now modded, and they're going to be expensive.
Yeah, no, I mean it's definitely correct. Your analogy to VHS is a very brilliant analogy. Right, I mean,
I don't have a VHS player anymore. Who does? Do you have one anymore in your home? I mean, when's the last time you pulled it out and used it?
I got 2 or 3.
Yeah, you got 2. See, I got 0.
I got the one with the DVD player.
Yeah, that's what I had, a DVD VCR combo, but I'm telling you that VCR does not work anymore.
Yeah.
Nope.
So unfortunately, I'm out.
And from a collector standpoint, even your tapes are degrading even if you're not using them. So
exactly, they're just sitting there. Yeah, no doubt about it. But right now I'm just keeping it for the cover art.
Yep.
Like cassette tapes, right? I mean,
same. Yeah, tell me you could have that music forever. But are you really? I mean, don't get me wrong. Music's a little different when it comes to digital media. Don't get me wrong. I think game is on its own league. But music, we all love music, no matter what era it is, or what genre. That digital media is not going to go anywhere. But game wise, by the time that 360, any digital media rights that we have left on the 360, are you going to be playing those games anymore? That's the question.
Yeah. No, it's a good point.
Yeah, you paid for it, and if the chance is there that you want to play it, that I agree. But what's the chance of you really playing it? You weren't worried about playing it before or playing it again.
True. Very true.
But that only happens with digital. But physical only lasts for so long until you have no way to play it.
Well, I mean, there you have it, folks. There you have it. If you're listening in, please chime, leave a comment. We're streaming on a ton of platforms tonight, so I have no idea what it looks like everywhere. Feel free to chat. It should come through the stream chat. Oh wow, 7 of 8 active, so it means one stream already went down. That was probably goodgame.ru and run. But anyway, what's up to people of the international world that are listening in? Yeah, leave a chat, comment, whatever. Next topic, though. Man, this is what our thumbnail is, right? Zuckerberg, he looks a little sad or angry.
How can you tell?
Yeah, for real. He has a RBF, but it's like an RBF blank stare. It just stares.
I mean, like I tell my wife, I can't tell how she's feeling unless she draw her eyebrows on. Then I know which mood she's in.
Wow.
Ouch. So, Facebook gaming
Somebody
app.
clip that, send it.
Yeah, Jay, don't clip that. Don't listen to him. Facebook gaming app, man. If you have a cell phone, maybe in the heyday of all the apps dropping on you, Google Play or iOS. You're like, yeah, let me get that Facebook gaming app, man. Just want to see the gaming aspect of Facebook. I don't want to see all the streams. I just want to see gaming, man. So you download the app. You're on there. You're active like Paul. He's always looking. He's always lurking.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Hey, who's that streaming? Who's that streaming? Oh, like the number one Twitch streams. Yeah, it's on Facebook. Guess what? Facebook gaming app is dead. It's sunset in October. It's gone for good. Facebook is getting rid of it. They feel like it's no longer necessary or needed. Whatever it is, it's just not needed.
Or used.
Except for Paul, he's the one guy that used it.
No.
So I mean, we'll just go down the boxes, because boxes are infinite. What do you think about that?
What's that? What was the question? I missed it.
Zuckerberg.
See, that's exactly it. I missed the app too. I never played it either. So
yeah, so to you, you're like I never watched.
No loss, no harm, no foul for me. I'm sorry. It'd be just like if Luna stopped doing games or Apple, ain't no loss to me.
Sorry, Jay.
I mean, Facebook Gaming had its good run when they had like Farmville back in the day on the Facebook app itself on the PC, but until then, no, they suck now.
That was the worst thing they ever did, was get rid of those Zynga games. I don't know why they did that.
For real, they were awesome. And I tell you what, they were time sucks. And I bet you they gained a lot of money for Facebook in the beginning.
Oh,
they did. I have a lot of friends who did a lot of Farmville. I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah, people would drop hundreds in that game, hundreds.
Yep. Yeah, because you didn't want to
talk about loot boxes. I didn't hear nobody complain about that.
Yeah, you didn't want to wait for them to finish their farming tasks. You're like, oh, $5, done, fast. All right, get back to work now. They just finished digging up the hay. No, but
that's right.
Paul, as as we all say, man, you've been around a long time in these gaming streets. You've been doing, a lot of stuff. You probably were at the inception of the Facebook gaming app back in 1800 BC, and you probably were playing it. Looking on it, what do you think about it? You happy it's going away? You sad? Give me some emotional.
I gotta say, a lot of people may not realize this, but when they closed down Mixer, Facebook Gaming was the agreement. Microsoft made some agreement to move people from Mixer to Facebook Gaming, and I can't name 3 people I know that used to get stream on Mixer that went over to Facebook Gaming. So I think it never caught on. I think it wanted to be a competitor to like Twitch and YouTube, but especially Twitch, because Twitch is the gamers thing. And it just never caught on. There was never a real draw to do it. So, I mean.
Well, see, the good news is that on the actual Facebook.com, the gaming side's not going away. You can still watch gamers stream.
Yeah,
it's just,
right.
you just can't, on your mobile app, you're just not going to. Like if you were rocking at the convention, Paul, talking to, I don't know, Brian Azarillo or, one of your favorite artists that you were hanging out with, you're not going to be able to pull up your app and be like, oh, is, so-and-so streaming,
right,
on their $80 Wi-Fi that you per minute, but yeah, so you're not you're not gonna be able to see that.
And also means that I can't stream automatically to it and show them the crappy pizza I'm eating from the con, So there you go. Yeah.
No, it's true. That's very true. So there it is, folks. Infinite and Paul have no attachment to the Facebook gaming app. And neither do I. I got to be honest with you. I never even used it. I didn't even use the YouTube gaming app. I mean, what's the purpose if you could just go to Facebook.com or YouTube.com? It's sad for some people that were at the top of the page and we're probably getting a lot of views from it. And I feel that, you might have to restructure yourself. What's up, 108 Dragons TV? My brothers, what's good? What's going on, man?
Lemon.
But let's talk about something that's very serious, guys. Getting into something very serious. You're gonna see it right here.
Does it involve your favorite Marvel character? Oh.
No, if you can see the screen, you might not be able to. But in Multiversus, the game, Warner Brothers trademarked Big Chungus. Big Chungus. Yes, Big Chungus was the meme of Bugs Bunny that was a overinflated characteristic of him being triple his size. YouTubers came up with that meme and did fake videos trading games of Big Chungus. Well, Warner Brothers trademarked Big Chungus, and the rumor is that he might be coming to Multiversus.
Cool.
If you played Multiversus, that'd be awesome, right? I don't play it.
I do play. Multiversus is fun. It really is.
It's like one big game on the Switch. Help me out here. What's the one on the Switch?
What?
Jesus, help me out here.
Super Smash Brothers?
Yeah.
Thank you. Jeez Louise. Yeah, Smash Brothers. What makes Smash Brothers, right?
Sort of.
Sort of.
But it's got all the WB characters from all their properties and stuff, and all the characters have actual voices, and they actually sound like they're supposed to. So that's one nice thing that it has. So you hear Bugs talking at you and whoever else,
Nice.
And they keep adding more characters. They're actually asking people who they want. Apparently, Walter White's the big winner there. Everybody wants to see Walter White in this game. So,
Well, they said they disposed of what was it, 10 or 20 million players? Then they know what it said?
Yeah,
That's long ago, a couple weeks ago.
I
I haven't played it yet. I have no idea.
It's already past
Yeah,
20 million.
Yep, and that was even before they launched. They were doing awesome. People are enjoying it.
Well balanced, I take it then, obviously. For each
Yeah.
character. That's amazing, yeah.
Yep.
Jeepers made a comment on Rumble, which we're streaming to as well today. He said Paul's an old school gamer. Right, he is
Yep.
old school.
It's old.
No, he's just an old gamer.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Perfect.
Yeah, so there's some speculation, right? IGN did this article on Big Chungus. They talked about the trademark. They talked about other stuff, the potential for new characters. But also, apparently, in the mobile game, they made a mobile game called Looney Tune Mayhem. And Warner Brothers had a sense of humor and stuck Big Chungus in that game as well. So there's a lot, but there's some potential here, man. There is really some potential, which I'm excited for. I am. If Big Chungus comes, you bet it's on. I'll beat Lemon in Multiversus with Big Chungus any day. Lemon stands no chance against me. Neither does Scorpion or Paul. I'll win.
Yeah, probably not. One of those games that I'm not great at it, but I still have fun playing it, so that's the important part. Of course, I say that for most of the games that I play. So,
well, as we have a major thunderstorm rolling in here in Florida, so I'm gonna try to move through as quickly as possible because
the Daily Thunder. Yeah, I had some earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, so you never know. So this is a quick topic here, just a filler topic, but a new Mafia game is confirmed to be in development based on the interview from MafiaGame.com. They confirmed that Mafia 4 is in development. There's not a lot said about it. There's not a lot known about it. It's early stages, maybe a year in development, which is still pretty early. I don't know. But if either one of you were to have your dream Mafia game, what era would it take place in? We'll go Infinite first. Infinite.
Wow.
New Mafia game coming out. It's confirmed.
New Mafia game. Well, we started what the first was the late 30s, going into 40s, 50s, 60s, and now what the last one was the 70s after Vietnam, right? Let's take it back to Italy and let's take it back to the early 1900s.
Wow.
Let's do a prequel.
Wow.
Let's do a prequel to all three of them.
You're talking about the old school La Cosa Nostra.
Yeah. But what else direction they got, right?
I don't know how much of a draw to the American audience that would have, but I mean,
why wouldn't it? Everybody's seen The Godfather. That's everybody's favorite part of the movie when he back to Italy and was hiding out. Come on now.
Yeah. Well, when when Pacino's character was hiding out. Well,
Yeah.
that was in the 50s, so yeah, or 60s.
Yeah, well, but everybody liked that. Everybody liked the scenery of the movie during those times. I don't see why it'd be otherwise.
Well, there's also
But you're
we
right.
also have the more modern mafia stuff, the Gotti era.
That's true. That's true.
Which
Very
Carlo
true.
is familiar with. Yes.
Yeah, but speaking of Italy and what Infinite brought up, Paul, you were around back then in the early 90s. What was it like seeing those days?
Yeah. I kept to myself,
Oh,
just
sorry,
minded my own business, did my little job. Gave Guido the money when he'd come around for the weekend,
Hey, you gotta give Guido the money.
Yeah, gotta give Guido the money, man.
Gotta give Guido the money. That's a bad idea not to. Don't even give him half. You gotta give him every penny.
I don't talk about it much, but that's how come I can't walk anymore. I missed a week. It was awful. Yeah.
Wow. So, all right, Paul. So, Mafia, new one in development. Let's say that you had to say, what era would you want it to be?
I want him to remaster the Godfather trilogy. Oh, I mean,
Wow.
Oh.
I like the heyday of the Mafia. I really do. Around the time the Godfather takes place, but I do think it would be interesting to see the more I can't say it's gone, but the more modern telling with with the types of Gotti, and he was flashy, and and a lot of stuff went down during that time period with all the Sammy the Bull Gravano and all that stuff. I think it would be an interesting game if they took some of that stuff and brought it into the 80s and 90s.
Okay. 80s and 90s. All right. So you're talking about you're really talking about the tail end of the Paul Castellano era right into the Gotti.
Correct.
Gotti and the Gravano kind of rising up era.
Yep.
Wow. So I would, if it was up to me, the next Mafia game would be a mix of, I would say, the late 70s into the early 80s. Like, I would say the fathers of the gangsters growing up in the late 80s. So, late 70s, the wise guys coming out on the streets, becoming made guys, moving up. And then in the 80s, you see their sons rise. And I'd like to see it kind of like a familiar tradition between the two, like a transition. And in the late 80s, you start seeing the rise of the sons and the unions and things like that, going into the war in the 90s and the actual, like, I would like little mini games like avoiding wiretapping, bugs, indictments,
side business, Vegas, casinos, side business.
Yeah.
Waste management.
Yep.
That's one thing the other Mafia games really didn't deal with much, was the dealing with the law enforcement side of it. Because you're right, the wiretapping and stuff that started to take place, played a lot into it.
I like where you guys are going with that. Absolutely.
Yeah, like Giuliani era of the RICO Act, I should say, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right. So that's where I would go with it, right? I'd be excited about that, but I am excited it's in development. Can't wait to see what they do. I liked every Mafia game that's come out so far. Yeah.
I think the first one was my favorite, and I think a lot of that had to do with the music they used and just the look of the cars and stuff. I just thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, guys, I got some good news for you.
What's that?
Sega Genesis Mini 2 drops to $97.
Ooh.
Infinite, are you getting it?
No. I thought about it. Don't get me wrong, but no.
You could just get a pie shell that looks like the Genesis Mini.
That's what I thought about doing. They have a Sega Dreamcast one for the shell for the Pi, and I thought about picking that up because that looks pretty good. So I'm not gonna lie about that one. But yeah, you could definitely do that for a few bucks. And the Pi is gonna work way better than anything else, anyways. If you ask me.
Yep, I knew it. See, how did I know these things?
Well, we know what it is. We know what it is. Yeah, Pi is the way to go when you want to do some retro gaming. You can't do it on. How do you $99 and you can get anything you want? I'm not advertising a way to do illegal, inappropriate items, but for something that you already own rights to, it's a great way to play your backups.
Oh, you getting the Genesis Mini too?
No. Yeah, just because stuff like that's not in my budget. It really isn't. So, and I don't know how much I'd use it seriously because I mostly PC and Xbox game. So, if I was settled in a house and had places to put stuff like that, I probably would. But since I don't, and I'm pretty much a hobo, it's kind of not in the cards. So.
Wow. I'm trying to read these chats, and the Rumble chat's kind of interesting here. Because Jeepers just mentioned a Dreamcast Mini, and Infinite just talked about the shell of a Pi. It's crazy. You guys are thinking on the same level. It must be a Retro Renegades thing, man.
Yeah, great minds think alike.
Yeah, you guys are on the same level there. So, guys, Cowabunga Collection. Has anybody played it?
Nope, not me.
Nope. Nobody?
Not me.
Dave, the Rumble chat
look at that.
exists. Infinite found it. He's talking in it.
It's right next to the screen, bud. Just like YouTube is. You look down the little button that says verify email to chat.
Yeah. So, let me just get back here. Cowabunga Collection. I am probably going to pick it up despite all the people saying there's no quality improvements. I mean, that's what I've been hearing, right? I haven't played it. I haven't seen it. People are telling me rumors that the quality is just not where they expected it to be. But in all honesty, when you are playing older games, how much improvement do you really expect on a Nintendo or arcade title that looked good for its time anyway? It's not like they redid the games. They just made a collection. And there's some games in there that are hard to play. So, I'm excited for it, guys. I'm going to get it. I'm going to spend that $39.99. I'm going to be proud to play it. And
manage your expectations is when you get stuff like that is what it comes down to. They're not going to sit there and rebuild all the games for you unless they say that, but that's not what they did here. So
yeah. Wow, the Rumble chat's very active. I'm very proud of you guys tonight, man. It's the
that Rumble's a pretty good area. That is a pretty good layout they got there. The video quality is phenomenal. Get it.
It's the first time that we have ever streamed on Rumble, so I really do appreciate it, guys, for checking it out there. Keepers also said if I didn't use it, Rumble would disappear for me. So Keepers, he put me in a corner and he said, "Clowns, I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. Better use that Rumble, or I'm gonna make it disappear." No, but I like it, man. Like I think it's a good one. I think it's quality's good. People are having fun in there. It's great. In other news, you guys probably don't know much about this, but I mean, it's been talked to death, right? The PS price increase, blah blah blah. Yeah, we know it happened. Blah blah blah. It's inflation or market currency or whatever the reason is. They did it. People are still gonna buy it. It doesn't change the fact that it's happened. We can get mad. We can kick the wall. Please don't hurt your
you
feet.
can. I can't. I don't kick anything, but yeah.
Don't run over my foot.
Old ass might kick the bucket. That's about it.
That's about it.
Wow. No. Paul, do not do that.
I love you, Paul. I love you.
Paul, I need a ride to the next convention. I'm just gonna take my skateboard along, and you're just gonna, move me along. So a new PS5 model has arrived in Australia, and it's just a new model. It's, from what I understand, it's a little bit lighter.
That's it, right?
Yeah,
I read that the PS5 model now weighs what the digital console did at launch. 500 milligrams or 500, I don't know. It isn't metric. I hate to be rude, but not understand the metric system. But it's very obviously it has gone very much lighter than it already is. Just maybe the weight of a disk drive.
yeah, 500 grams.
And we kind of
Yeah,
knew
500
they were
grams is that what it
doing
is?
so.
Yeah.
We knew they were doing basic redesigns anyway, and that's probably what it comes down to. Is they cleaned up some of the issues they had with the original launch versions that we know about.
Yeah. So I mean, there it is, right? Got the price increase. You got the new one released in Australia. To be determined if it's going to be same everywhere else with the lightness to it. Yada yada.
Yeah, if it's the weight of an optical drive, though, that's not really a lot. I mean, it's not like you're gonna, most people
you're not
probably
gonna
would
notice
it
it
when they're picking it up. Yeah, I mean,
both. Yeah, they get one in both hands, and not gonna know shit. I agree 100%.
To Steve in the chat, yeah, thanks, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate that. You can also watch on Rumble. There's people there. Also,
What's up, Steve? How we doing, brother? Good to
Yeah.
see you in chat.
yeah, good to see you. Yeah, I mean, that's it on that one.
yeah, there you go. It's lighter. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's later. It's later.
Yeah,
So
diet PS5.
we
Yeah.
we didn't really get to talk about this last time, but Denuvo, right?
No, we didn't.
So Denuvo is a DRM kind of utility that software based has been used in PC games to kind of stop piracy. But now they want to stop Switch piracy. They want to stop Switch emulators from being able to the games work on the Switch emulators on PC, and maybe stop the piracy on the consoles itself. They're geared more towards indie titles. Hasn't really taken off. They haven't really sold it, but they're trying to sell it. And that's it. I mean, that's the basis of it, right? I don't need to add stuff to it. That's primarily what its goal is to do. I don't think it's going to work. I think people are going to find ways, especially in the PC. It's not going to make a difference. Infinite, do you think it's going to stop people?
No, absolutely not. Why would it? If you're gonna do, people can do what they want to do with how they're gonna do it. That's not gonna change anything. I mean, can you guys see, like, when you guys look on Facebook Marketplace, if you type in like retro or handheld, like that's all you get. I get they should stop that type of stuff, no doubt.
Yeah.
Is that what we're discussing? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
as
somebody who's been around since video game rocks were soft, I'm telling you that they can try to stop piracy all they want. They never have, and they probably never will fully, because there's always ways around it.
Yeah, and the question is too. There's a lot of websites on the integrity of older video games on PC. I can't think of the name of them off the hand, but they have they're there so you can use them for historical purposes or for educational purposes. What's the difference of playing those on your PC, which are widely available and widely accepted as used as, putting on something on your Switch to use an emulator of some kind? I mean, I get Switch games are newer, but isn't it eventually going to be the same way?
Pretty much. I mean, I don't use a Switch, so I don't know what the real is there a real serious problem with piracy on the Switch itself.
I think that they like to mod the console a lot. I know that for sure too.
Well.
They're constantly re-evolving their handheld with new models to stop.
Yep. I mean, that's something that even Microsoft had to deal with. We all remember the 360,
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I remember playing 360 and being modded lobbies for Grand Theft Auto, getting stuck in a train or getting pounded by fucking trees. Like, what the hell? Am I playing on PC right now? But we should never see that again. Hopefully, we didn't see it during the Xbox One era. Hopefully, we don't get to see it during this era.
Yep. So I mean, it is what it is. People are going to do what they're going to do. If the companies want to try to invest money, the only problem, and everybody knows this, if you make the DRM too heavy, it becomes non-usable for the regular user who's just trying to enjoy the software or whatever.
Exactly. Well, yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely, that's a great point.
So they have to weigh that against, we can't have this group making pirated, getting access to this game so they can play it on their PC. Well, whatever.
Yeah. Well, Steve does say in the chat, Nintendo doesn't mess around. They really do go after people or anything, and that's true.
True.
I mean, they went after Team Executor for the.
So does Microsoft. I mean, we know that. We know how many machines has Microsoft blocked for stuff like that. I mean, just they do these sweeps every once in a while. Your 10,000 people got kicked out of this game or whatever, for cheating, and
Yeah. Well, I mean, the cheat thing is one thing, but Nintendo really they've taken down Team Executor, which were known as TX. And if you remember TX, they were really popular in the OG Xbox for the Team Executor Evolution X software dashboard. And on the Switch, they came up with I think it was called the Switch SX, which was like a little chip dongle that you stuck on, and it had their software on it, so you could bypass the Horizon OS and use custom firmware Horizon OS, but it was a TX version. You even connected them for their own license verification, which I think was kind of like their downfall, right? So Nintendo went after them and the sellers who sold it, and what really got them in trouble was that there were people on eBay selling it with that software. And, it was a downfall. Nintendo had a right to do what they did. I don't agree with their methods and their attack methods and the punishments they push for, but it is their IP, it is their trademark, and they can do it.
Yep.
Very true. Absolutely agree on that. No doubt.
And Steve's right too. No single player game should require you to be online. 100% true right there.
Thanks.
Again, Steve, you're definitely right. Nothing should require you to be online. We should not be in this age right now where we need to be online to play single player games. I don't like that either. Day one patches.
Yeah, that's how DRM worked back in the day. We needed those codes to put in when we put the CD in, but after that, we didn't need the code again until we reinstalled it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how DRM should be. Just take it back to that era, which everybody tends to forget that's DRM's been forever, but definitely to take it back to that. Check it once when you install it, and that's it. You shouldn't have to check for it again.
To Dave on the Rumble chat, the chat option isn't on the mobile app. I'm not sure. I've never used the mobile app. Rumble. This is the first time we're streaming on Rumble, so I'm not sure. But thank you for pointing it out. That's something that they should be aware of. Yeah, but I think, there's not a whole bunch of topics that we could reiterate. The UK is trying to scrutinize the Xbox Activision acquisition deal. And I get it. I mean, it's the UK. They're going to do what they want over there. But, I mean, companies are going to be companies. They're going to acquire things. Microsoft's not even a top dog when it comes to studios acquired. I think they'd be like number 3 if this goes. You got Tencent. You got the Embracer Group. Even
Embracer Group. Oh, they're buying everybody up.
Yeah, even PlayStation Studios.
Yep.
Very good point.
That's why I don't listen to a lot of that stuff. I'm just going to let it happen. We have no control whether it happens or not. We have no real new news on that stuff except for, okay, the UK wants to look deeper into it because they don't think it's fair. Okay, that's an interesting take. But,
that's one organization for them too. They probably have multiple levels of people looking at it or scrutinizing it. That's just one state in this.
Yep.
And I don't even know why they would post that to begin with. That doesn't make much sense for them to post singularly that. Did anybody else look what their Twitter feed looked like? Like barely post anything for anything else.
Yeah.
No, they just that pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly it. So that's kind of weird, isn't it? But,
Yeah.
Yep.
Steve brings up a great point with Nintendo, saying that Nintendo is like they are because back in the day, Atari got themselves in trouble in the 80s when they weren't quality checking stuff. Nintendo wouldn't let anyone just make games for the NES, which is true. No, you're absolutely right. They had the Nintendo seal of quality, and they really pushed that in the marketing. That Nintendo seal of quality meant that it was licensed properly for the Nintendo console. And they did talk badly about any games that did not have the gold seal. And they did try to tell people not to buy those games. I remember I called back then they had the 900 tip line that you could call. And I bought a game at the Jersey Shore, or won it, I should say, and it didn't have the seal of quality on it. And I was looking for tips on the game, and the guy said, "Oh, you put that in your console, you could damage it." No, it didn't damage it, but no, they really did try to push that. So Steve's 100% correct there. And they're very protective of their IPs. That's not going to go anywhere. I think it's set in the culture of Nintendo.
Yep. Yeah, nobody else can be rehashing Mario 4,000 times every 5 years.
Jay, you haven't said anything questionable. It's the first time we've seen you type in the chat. You must be imagining things.
must be. I haven't seen anything come up for him posting anything.
Yeah, Jay, you had yourself muted again. Wow, Jay, can you believe you did that to yourself?
Again.
Yeah, again.
Again, that's the problem.
So, above Steve. Okay, he said something above Steve. Looking.
I don't see it.
No, I see Infinite above Steve.
I'm above Steve.
Yeah, you're not above Steve, Jay.
I'm on Steve, not you, buddy.
Yeah.
That didn't sound too good either.
Wow. We were doing so well tonight, too. Yeah.
We were. That has ruined everything, didn't it? One little comment.
Yeah, so I mean, Jay, you get your words in as we kind of get out of here. I'm right below him. No, I'm looking. You're not below Steve or Infinite. You're not there. Yeah, that's right, Steve. Nintendo's cult following will never go away. It's always going to be there. People are going to be diehard Nintendo fans for the rest of their life. Kind of like Disney, right? The hardcore Disney fans are never going to go anywhere. Jay, Twitter is not YouTube. Wow, Jay.
Jay.
Jay can't even see the Rumble chat. Quick, Dave, say something about Jay. Well, before we get out of here, because we've been going on about an hour, and Infinite's got to beat Saints Row. He's working hard on that game. Really loves it.
That game is fantastic. Forget the masses. That game has been fantastic.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that game whatsoever.
Real quick,
I include you in your review copy. I'm sorry. That game's good.
Listen, when I reviewed it, it wasn't patched yet, and like the nighttime looked like the fog of Freddy versus Jason versus the Las Vegas desert. Okay, it was pretty bad. Oh, Jay, wow, you typing in the wrong chat then. So everybody, Infinite, thank you for making it tonight. You're a busy man.
Yeah, it's been a while, boys. It's been great being on with you again. I'm sorry, it's been busy over the summer. It's nice being on with you guys again. Been a while.
Yep, a lot of fun. So where can they find you?
Yeah, where can they find you?
Oh, that's a good point. Here, Thursdays, obviously at 6:30. Tuesdays, Retro Renegades on YouTube. You catch us there at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All right.
Now we go to Paul and then stay for 15, 20 minutes, and then we can leave.
Oh, hold on.
Yep.
Hold on. We didn't do it tonight, did we, Infinite?
What's that? Pineapple?
Oh, stop.
Yeah, we didn't do it. Oh, it won't let me. It won't let me, Paul.
Oh, good. Good. Yeah.
No, it's not good. All right, Paul, we'll tell people where they can find.
Okay, so this is going to be a little long-winded because starting next week, two of the shows that have been on summer hiatus are coming back. So on Mondays, you can find me on the Xbox Ambassador channel for my show, Gaming Differently with Cerebral. Go to the channel, look at the schedules, you'll see what time that is. Tuesdays, you'll find me at Retro Renegades with the Infinite and others here, part of that reprehensible group. And you will also find me on Tuesdays, an hour after that, with the return of Gaming After Dark with Noof Nukem. Which comes back next week. And then on Wednesdays, Midweek Gaming returns with Stubbs and the Stubbs Cast crew. So we'll be back there as well. Thursday, of course, you find me here on 4GQ TV and other things we do, like the Marvel After Show and things like that, interviews and things like that. And then I think that's it. Yep, that's it. So there you go. That's
Yep. Well, thank you, Pineapple
And,
Candy Spice Pumpkin Pie, Paul, for that outro. Somehow your name changed.
Pineapple, candy, spice, pumpkin pie.
Yeah, Thanksgiving and Halloween are coming up, so Paul's in the spirit.
Yeah, great.
So we do have some interviews coming up that I'd like to shout out. Paul, thank you for Brian Azarillo and Johnson, who plays Blackula. They do want to come on the show. Got to set all that up. Lori Hollowell from Marvel still wants to come on the show. We got to set that up. We just had Carl Moline. Scout Comics wants to come on.
That was a great interview. It
was, yeah. So Scout Comics and their artists and writers want to come on as well. Brian Azarillo, Emma Kubert wants to come back on.
We Carlo. Speaking of Carl, his new comic book came out yesterday.
Eternus, yes, August 31st. Yes. Scout Comics.
So check out Scout Comics Eternus. And Carl does the work there. So yeah, check that out, people.
And people in the community, they ask me, they say, Carlo, how do you get these interviews? And I'll tell you something. It has nothing to do with the channel. It has nothing to do with any sort of numbers or subscribers. It has to do with that I become friends with people in the industry just by talking to them. That's it. It's as simple as that. I went to a convention. I met a guy from Kiss, got a signed CD for Jay. Became friends with the guy. Every time he sees me at any convention, yo, what's up? I still can't pronounce his name, so Jay, drop in the chat. I'm bad with names. They all know this too. I pronounce everybody's name wrong. The industry.
Yep.
All the time. I do it on every interview, and they still like me. So I'm also going to be in an upcoming video game as well. I'll let you know more when that drops. But everybody, thank you for watching tonight, hanging out with us, listening to us, whether it's on Rumble, Good Game RU, our YouTube, the Russia channels that we're on, everything. Thank you very much. And until next time, see you guys later.
Later.
Bye.